I'll explain to you why, but I have to get a cup of coffee, and I'm going to go through the Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru right now, okay? I was not driving when I did that for all the ridiculous people. I've got to go get my flu shot, and I've got to be there. I'll be there, but I gotta get something to drink, some coffee. So anyway, I guess last night when I went to bed, I started getting hit hard with a lot of just raw feelings, emotions, whatever. You know. Hold on.
Next time, what can I get you?
Yeah, can I get, let me see, an iced coffee, a large iced coffee with vanilla. And
shot or the French vanilla flavor?
Just the vanilla
shot.
flavor, just the vanilla flavor, and some cream, that's it.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Alright, we're on 9.
All right, thank you.
No problem.
So, yeah, so that's how I felt. I have a lot of decisions that I need to make about a lot of things. And just a lot of stuff that's going on. A lot of stuff because, you know, I don't even know what's right anymore. I really don't. I keep so much stuff behind the scenes that's going on because nobody wants drama and nobody wants anybody to come on and tell you that they're really upset. Nobody needs that. And that's what the kind of stuff I meant. Here you go. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks. This guy's looking at me like, what the heck is this lady in the line crying for? Hold on, let me just get this. So, you know, I don't come on and do that stuff. Like I said, it's like when that comedian talked about how he doesn't want to let anybody down. That's there is, you know, for him to make them laugh, and for him to be broken, but his heart is breaking, but he can't. Thank you. Thanking the guy like he can hear me. But he can't let anyone know, and he doesn't want to let people down that depend on him to laugh, to come on and cry. But he said, meanwhile, inside my heart is breaking. And my heart is breaking. And it just got worse because I was just on the way down here. I drove and I put on 70s station, and so I was listening to songs and I kept tearing up and I was crying a little bit. I said, they're going to look at me when I get out. Well, what happens? I go into the one store, and I guess no matter what mask I have on or whatever, my eyes are very recognizable. And so now this woman sees me and she says, Carolyn. Hi, Carolyn, how are you doing? And I looked at her And she was the last time I saw her, and I've known her for 35 years. Okay, but the last time that I saw her was the day Ray died, because she's a medical professional. And she happened to be the one that I went to when I said, "What's wrong with me? Why can't I feel anything?" Right? And she's the one that told me, "Because you're in shock." And she was there. And she pulled her mask down and she said her name. And she asked me how I was doing. At that time, I had this consistent tear rolling down my cheek from my left eye, because I'm really quite emotional today, if you haven't figured that out. And contrary to what they tell you, if I turn the camera around, you'll see I have real tears, okay? So, but once I saw her, it brought back everything of that time. And I'm walking around the store and I'm crying, and I'm trying not to see her again, because, like I said, I've known her. We've had our babies together. She had a child right before I had my daughter. You know, like I said, I've known her all of that time of my life. And then she said to me, "Michael's doing very well." You know, because everybody knows you never saw two brothers that were closer than Michael and Ray. So, and everybody knows, you know, she's familiar with the town that the restaurant is in, and has seen them both grow up, and you know, everybody's worried about, with a loss like that, how you handle that when that person's been by your side and but your best friend. So she said, "Michael's doing well," and I said, "Yeah, Michael's doing well. He is." And but I couldn't see. I tried everything to avoid her in the store, because, and it's sad because it just brought back too much stuff. Too much stuff that night that I didn't have any emotion, that now, as I'm going through the second year, and that's the year a lot of the, well, I can't say a lot of it, but the numbness goes away in parts, okay? It does. Like last night. And it doesn't help. It doesn't help that it's the time of the month for me, and that I'm, you know, that's an emotional time anyway. It doesn't help. But it's just rough. It's just rough. And this morning when I woke up, it was still rough from last night. I was still very, very emotional. And then this afternoon, I was still feeling that way, and I went to have a cup of coffee and just look at things. And I got the notifications on my YouTube, and I had some person that thought they needed to create a new account to just first make fun of subscribers, looks, and say horrible things about them. They felt the need that they had to go and create an account for that. Because they couldn't do it under their real name. No, they're too much of a coward. They couldn't do it under their real name. And it was somebody that is obsessed with the channel. Because they watched everything. They watched everything. They apparently watched my stats and everything, and they told me that I'm so ill and that I should get off of YouTube because I'm washed up, nobody cares, and my views are an eighth of what they were. And my channel's going down, and they're successful in their attempts, and I should get off. And then they went on and made a few other comments before I blocked them. And I know from where it comes. I know from why it comes. I know that the person that left that, I know every intelligent thing to know about it. The person that left it is the person that's struggling. The person that left it is the person that has no self-worth or anything. I know that. I know that. I know that that person is a very, very flawed, sad individual. One that needs prayers, because if you have to create an account because you can't speak what you want to say in your own name because it's so bad, you don't want to be associated with it. You probably shouldn't say it. Because you know the people that you're attacking, other than me, you don't know anything about them. And it's pretty sad. It really is pretty sad that you have to go ahead and do that. So that adds to, you know, everything. And then, like I said, I don't go on like some every single time someone says something, someone does something, I get an email. You guys don't even know half of the emails that I get that say the most atrocious things about what people want to do to my little boys or my family, because I don't put them out there. I don't. And I know if it was other people, they would come on every single day. And I don't. And yet, sometimes I think when no one knows what's going on behind the scenes of just how attacked, how vilified, the worst thing yet that's said about me, I can't even imagine that anybody would believe it. But I have had people come and ask me about it. Because it has been spread out there, and I think people were looking for something to do the most damage, the absolute most damage to myself, and they went on and they've said that again, that this started, there's a common denominator in it all, and it started back about a year, last September, and it started with a gentleman that arrived on the scene who's no longer here. And that was the first talk about the trafficking, the supposed trafficking that we are involved with. And that's why we collect dolls. And that's why we have apparent codes and things. Well, that person got together right away, so don't tell me it's not orchestrated, with the ringleaders that were bringing the hate full time. And then when that person faked their own suicide and left the channel, left the platform, and I'm sure they're back under an alias, those rumors didn't stop. And in the past few months, coming off of one particular hate channel, came allegations and people emailing me and messaging me, asking me why it was being said that I was a P. You know what a P is, right? I'm not going to say the word, okay? You know what a P is. A P file. Why I was a P file. Why was being said I was a P file and a P file enabler. And so behind the scenes, in Discord groups, in private chats, I'm being slandered, okay, so if you know this, as a P and as a P enabler. The reason I am is to make myself and anyone with me so disgusting that people will not even go to the channel. That new people will not even go to the channel. Yesterday, someone told me that one of the minions from one of the hate channels came up with a list of channels for new people to stay away from. A list of channels that are vile, that are nasty. And is it any surprise to you? Is it any surprise that I was listed on that list and Two Scooter was listed on that list? But they're trying to sabotage. That's exactly what they're trying to do, is sabotage. This guy behind me, you shouldn't be tailgating. This guy behind me in this beat up Chevy Suburban driving like a lunatic. You see this guy? Doesn't want to stop when you have to stop with a stop sign. You talk about a freaking stop sign? Doesn't want to stop and is beeping. Now he's driving like a lunatic. Go ahead, get out of here. Go, hurry to McDonald's. Hurry to McDonald's. There's no wonder your car looks the way it does. Okay. So, is it any wonder, see now I'm stopping at the green light. Is it any wonder why they're doing this? It's not. It's not. Try to say, because there's so many people, and we know it, there's so many people that blindly believe something without checking it out. And if you're new on the scene and someone tells you that this channel and that channel, they're P's and they're P enablers, they're vile, nasty people, don't go there. It's sinister. Don't go there. It's vile. Okay? And meanwhile, we keep our mouths shut, right? We don't go on. We don't cry and say we're being targeted and being harassed. No, we do all the gray rock, right? All the gray rock. And in the meantime, these sinister types do the opposite. They go on and cry about every little thing, and they pretend they're the victims, and meanwhile, they're sticking knives everywhere they can. And so, I honestly have to say, I don't even know anymore, because I don't think there's a formula on how to combat this type of stuff. Because in real life, yeah, you go gray rock. In real life, you ignore it. In real life, you can disengage. But how do we know what works on YouTube? Because obviously, this isn't working. Obviously, this is getting worse. Obviously, it's having a real impact, okay? So, besides being broken about the loss of my son, broken about the things these people have said and done, okay? Because if you don't know, you know, that night my grief was raw, and I had my son's picture, and I faced so much backlash, so much freaking backlash. Do you know that one of those people that made the most disgusting video after that, and then a creator that thought it was hysterically funny and put it up, that this creator made, well, they've fallen out and he's ripped her picture up on camera, but you know how much of that is real and how much of that is their fake drama. But it doesn't matter. That creator went on and held his rodent's ashes up while he cried and wept about his rodent that had almost lived out its complete lifespan. If that isn't the definition of hypocrisy, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. I really don't know what is. Well, I have to go in and get my flu shot, so. But that's where I am. I don't know. I don't. There's so many things that you guys have no idea about. And I just don't know how much longer. I really. Anyway, I have to go get my flu shot, and when I get out of here, maybe I'll take you into Marshall's. I don't know. I'll see. I gotta go get my flu shot though, okay? Alright, bye guys. See you later.